Hello, this is Colin with 833 cost per mile, also known as cost per mile calculator, rate per mile calculator, and profit per mile calculator. And if you don't know your cost per mile, you will never know what rate to charge, and you will never know how much profit to charge or to make. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to book 2 loads or 1 load going to a hot area and then another load coming out. So hot area to hot area. We deal mainly in reefers, so I'm going to hit the reefer. I'm going to delete the van. Now on this new DAT1, they just came out in the last few months. This is the middle of May 2023. It shows you the number of loads in and out. Now, today is Saturday night. I can't sleep, and I've been watching videos about YouTube and people dispatching, and it's driving me nuts. I cannot believe how ignorant dispatchers are, and I do not understand why anybody would hire a dispatch service, first of all, that doesn't speak English. Secondly, doesn't know what it costs to run your truck. Thirdly, doesn't include your deadhead miles or your tolls or know what your average mileage is on the truck. So I'm going to try and give you a quick, short lesson tonight, and there's going to be a lot more of these to come. So on the new DAT1 load board here, I'm on the login page, and like I say, these numbers are totally messed up because it's Saturday night, Sunday morning. But on the left-hand column here, you can see Alaska has 2 loads going in for a reefer, 0 loads coming out. So we're going to scroll down this list, and we're going to see which state has more loads coming out than they do going in. So California has 158 out, 28 in. So what that tells me is there are just over 5 times as many loads coming out as there are going in. So that means for every truck in California, there's 5 loads coming out. So in theory, that's a good place to be. Now, we scroll on down to Florida, and Florida has 67 loads going in, 260 loads going out. So just to do a quick math, that's somewhere around 4 loads to every truck. So right now, California and Florida look like pretty good lanes compared to the rest of the country, because if you look at the rest of the country, basically there's more freight going in than there is coming out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pretend that I have a truck in Florida. And we're going to take that truck to California because in theory, if you run between the 2 hottest markets, you should make the most money, right? That is what we would all think, but we're going to check this out. So let's go to search loads. And actually, I'm going to go back to the old DAT board because that's what I like. That's what I'm really familiar with. So we're going to come in here and we're going to search loads. We're going to go to new load search, got a reefer in, and let's put this truck, let's just go Florida, and let's just go to California. And like I say, it's Sunday. Let's see, we're going to hit both because we're willing to do partials and full truckload. And let's see what is available for the 14th. Not very much. As you can see here, it's showing a Clearwater, Florida to Chatsworth, California, and an Orlando to Santa Rosa. So, and those are both partials. Now, let's come down here and let's edit this. Let's take California out, and we're going to hit Florida to anywhere. Now let's try it again, and I always like to come to destination. I'm trying to find a load going to California. There's nothing on the 14th. Now we scroll down to so in this section here, there's 203 total loads. So there's like 80 something there. And then on the 15th, which will be Monday, we have 154 similar matches. So here we go. Clearwater, Florida to Chatsworth, California. It's with Echo. We're going to click on this because there is no rate over here. So let's click on one of these two loads. And hey, I thought that Florida had 5 loads to every truck. Well, if that's the case, this dry load is only paying $1.50 a mile. And if you look at this, 49 cents of that is the fuel surcharge. So does that mean that that load is really only paying $1.01 plus fuel? That's insanity. So there's no reefer loads going to California. So let's do the next best thing, and let's go into Phoenix from Florida. So now we look at Phoenix from Florida, and my goodness, it is only paying $1.75 to $1.77. Now, are we going to get $1.75? I don't know, because this looks pretty ugly. So let's say that we do get $1.75. We are losing big time. Anybody know what it costs to run a reefer? I do. With the bookkeeping software, it will show you exactly what it costs to run a reefer. And on average, my reefers are running me 5 to 6 cents per mile. Okay, so we figured out here that maybe going from Florida to California or Phoenix, we're not going to get rich. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top, and I'm going to hit the rate. This is going to give me the highest rate coming out of Florida that is a posted rate. So now if you come over here, you can see Florida to Massachusetts, 1,354 miles is paying $3,800. So that is just shy of $3 a mile. Now let's open this up. And, you know, the average rate is somewhere between $268 and $340. Well, that's not exactly great, because now what we're going to do is we're going to Boston. So I'm going to come in here, and I am going to do a load search coming out of Boston and see where that's going. We're going to hit search. So now Boston going to anywhere, the highest paying load for a reefer goes down to Irving, Texas. And it's paying $1.57 a mile. So if we take those two loads combined, let's go back here. This is 1,800 miles, and it picks up 16 miles away, and it comes to Dallas. So our load from Florida going to Boston paid $3,800 on 1354. Now we don't know what the tolls are going to cost. So now what I'm going to do is coming over Pro Miles, and we're at River Ranch, Florida to Boston, Massachusetts. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to come in here and River Ranch, Florida, and we're going to Boston, Massachusetts. So now it says it does not like River Ranch, Florida. I don't know why. So we're going to come back over here, and we are going to look up here, and it says River Ranch, Florida. Not sure what's going on. I'll come back over here. I'm going to type it in slowly and see what happens. River Ranch. Nothing. River Raisin. No. Let's try this. River Ranch. No, it doesn't like that either. Let's go back into DAT because this is a mystery. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the trip right here. And it is actually, River Ranch is right there. The closest city is Lake Wales, Florida. Now you can see your route coming up here. You're going up through New York. You're going through Philly. Oh no, that looks like a lot of traffic to me. So we're going to come back over here. I'm going to type in Lake Wales, Florida. And now, Pro Miles is going to give me the route. It's the same route. But if you notice, right here, we have $337 in tolls. That's a lot of money in tolls to take off of that $3,900. So now that load that was paying us $3,800 to go up there is now going to be paying us somewhere around, let's take $400 off, so $3,400. So now we're at $1,354, and we've got $3,400 divided by 1,354. 400 divided by 1,354. That equals $251 a mile is what we're getting up there now. Going up there is $251 a mile. And to me, I'm not crazy about running through New York, New Jersey, Maryland, all up through there. Certainly not for $251 a mile. And then we're going to pickup was 16 miles away, and it was coming back to Dallas. So now we come all the way back to Dallas, and our toll went up to $412. So we were at $2.51 a mile.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
And a new load coming back was...
I'm still not sure about that.
Shut up. I hate my wife sometimes. Won't shut up. My new load coming out of Florida, coming back to, where did we go here? Boston, Mass. Coming down to Texas, was only going to pay us about $1.50. Let's say we get $1.70. So $2.51 plus $1.70, or actually they've got it at $2,500. So we're going to come back over here. We have 3,140 miles. So they're willing to pay $2,500. The other load was paying $3,800. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take $2,500 plus $3,800 minus, which equals $6,300, minus $412 in tolls, leaves us $58.88. Now, if you notice, we've got 3,140 miles. So now we're going to divide $5,888 by 3,140 miles. We're averaging $1.87 a mile. Now, your cost per gallon is $3.86, and this is set up with the truck getting 6 miles per gallon. So we've got $1.87, and we're going to divide 386 by 6. So 386 divided by 6 equals 64 cents. Plus, we are running the Reefer, and the Reefer is going to add another 5 cents or 6 cents. So we've got 70 cents just in fuel. I think we have a problem. And if you were to take this load, you would have been better off to go home, park your truck, and been a company driver. Because I'm going to put these numbers in to the software company, and I will show you how poor you are going to become. Because these numbers do not add up. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take a break right now, and I will do another video here in a little bit. But this is showing you what's happening coming out of Florida, trying to get a load going to California, because you're supposed to be making lots of money coming out of California. But as you saw, California paid worse than this. So, guys, I appreciate your time. I'd love you to hit the subscribe button. That way you'll see the videos. The next video is going to be a load coming out of California, because that's the second hottest market for reefers at the moment. And we'll see what happens. Appreciate you. This is Colin with rate per mile calculator, cost per mile calculator, profit per mile calculator, and 833 cost per mile. We can do all your bookkeeping for $99.95 a month, and all you have to do is take a picture and email it to us. For every single transaction you do, email us your rate confirmations, and you will see your numbers exactly showing you how much money you're making, how much money you're losing, if you should park the truck, or if you're going to be a millionaire. Don't forget, this is Colin. Have a great time. Be safe. Keep the dirty side down. We'll talk to you in a few minutes.